6/2018, Selectmen's Chambers, Town Hall, 6 p.m. Now I'll take a motion to open the meeting and accept the agenda.
Motion to open meeting of Monday, March 26th, and to accept the agenda of Monday, March 26th, 2018.
All right, second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Would you like me to go to the director's report first and see if anybody shows up?
Yeah, we can certainly do the director's report.
And see if anybody shows up.
Drum roll?
What's that?
Need a drum roll?
No, but I got a lot of good stuff to tell you.
Well, you give us the,
Director's report.
The long version, right?
no, sure.
All right. So first up is we are again hosting the Dana-Farber Mammography Van. So they are coming on April 16th. There's a lot of information about it on our website. And I'll just quickly read it for folks who haven't seen it. So the Scituate Health Department is announcing that we're hosting Dana-Farber's Mammography Van on Monday, April 16th from 7:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. A woman any age over 40 who would like to schedule an appointment can contact the Mammography Van office at Dana-Farber at 617-632-1974. Dana-Farber, with the person's permission, will obtain prior mammography files and images. They keep the process pretty user-friendly. They do most of the work themselves. The van's going to be at St. Luke's Episcopal Church at 465 First Parish Road, which is right across the street from Town Hall at 3A and First Parish Road. It possesses a valid license with certificate of inspection from the Massachusetts Department of Public Health. Screening mammograms are performed by Dana-Farber mammography technologists and then read by their board-certified radiologists. The whole process from start to finish between check-in, check-out, and the mammogram itself is less than 45 minutes. So it's a pretty nice service coming right to Scituate for folks. So we hope that people will take advantage of it and sign up. The information is on the town's website. Another announcement is that the Scituate Board of Health office and the Hingham Health Department last year, at the end of last year, applied for a community health grant through CHNOT 20, focusing on behavioral health. We were interviewed for it, we won it. So we're now hosting our first event. The event's going to be held in Hingham, since it's a joint project. Some events are in Hingham and some events are in Scituate. Our kickoff event, it's all about supporting resources and providing training and services for folks that struggle with this issue in their homes. So up first is an event called Pursuing a Life Less Cluttered. Lee and Scher, who are clutter experts with lived experience, they travel the globe speaking about this highly stigmatized issue. They talk about the challenges they face, really from a first-person point of view. They're coming to speak. They're going to be joined by Suzanne Atta, who is a South Shore clinician. She leads Scituate Hoarding Task Forces, support and treatment groups. She's got a wonderful way about her. So she's going to be doing the basic overview on hoarding disorder, including research and helpful resources. So between the two, we're going to have a clinician speak and we're going to have folks with lived experience speak. The event is going to be held in Hingham at their senior center, which is located at their town hall at 210 Central Street on Saturday, April 14th from 10 to 12. Folks can RSVP to Kathy Crowley, who is the town of Hingham's public health nurse. Any questions can be directed to any of us, but she's the point of contact on this event. So we're looking forward to kind of expanding the Scituate's very active response to clutter and hoarding services in the South Shore. So that's what we're doing there. Another thing that we're offering is choke saver training. So as you know, any establishment with 25 seats or more is required to have somebody present at all times the establishment is open that is trained in choke saving procedures, i.e. Heimlich maneuver. So for the fourth year, we're collaborating with Captain Duncan of the fire department to offer the training. It's going to be held on April 2nd, which is a week from today. at the Barker Tavern at 9 a.m. At last check, I believe we had 43 individuals signed up. It's a state requirement. Typically, you have to go out and get it, whether it be through Red Cross or any other service. It's something that Captain Government is kind enough to offer us for free. So it helps the local establishments stay in compliance at virtually no cost. So we're doing that again on Monday. In terms of the day-to-day work we have, for private wells, we have one application that's in review right now. We're also, as I mentioned in the past, we've started the community education program, getting folks to register their wells, understanding what they have to do in terms of sampling and what needs to be done at property transfer, so far so good. Number of housing cases remains somewhat steady. Number of nuisance cases remains steady at 4. We continue to track 5 environmental releases. Septic, of course, is busy as usual, regardless of the time of year. Currently, we have 1 new plan in review that arrived today. We have 4 revised plans in review, 3 of which were received last week. We're reviewing 1 as-built for a certificate of compliance, which was received on Friday. We currently have, in terms of compliance issues, we have 3 outstanding O&M repairs, 2 of which are new. So we just got the reports from the operator. We sent out recent letters. And then we have 1, which is to be before you at the next meeting. That's for operation repairs. In terms of outstanding contracts, we have now 3 that are outstanding, 1 of which is new, 1 of which will be before you tonight, or it's supposed to be before you tonight, and 1 of which we just received the contract for. So re-achieving compliance, which is great. We currently have 14 septic systems and failures. Of those, 5 have no occupancy requirements. 3 have been installed but are awaiting certificates of compliance, i.e. we're waiting for as-built or related items. 1 is currently being installed. 3 are still within that 1-year repair period that we offer folks. And 2 are in true non-compliance, 1 of which is supposed to be before you tonight with 1 till the end. So that's what I've got for director's report.
All right. Old business none, other business, administrative invoice approvals. Suppose we can sign those to give us a little more time.
Sure. Mark?
Am I allowed to sign my own paycheck? Kidding. Sign it, yeah, because that's about what it's worth, right?
That's right, that's right. You don't pay for you, you
Okay.
volunteers.
Volunteer. Education and experience is payment enough.
Something good for us.
Which one's this one, Suzanne and Shirley?
So Suzanne Atta, she is the clinician who leads the support groups for the Scituate Hoarding Response Team. She's funded through grants.
Gotcha.
So, next up, scheduled items, discuss road required septic system operation and maintenance contract non-compliance. Passano, 9 Pleasant Street, maybe this is them. Maybe not.
Who do you say?
So, they are a no-show. Now, were they a previous no-show?
Correct. They were intended to be at the February 26th meeting. They had signed for both letters indicating that they knew the date of the meeting. You had requested a meeting last time when they did not attend, that I send them a letter providing them with another opportunity to attend, that opportunity being this time. The septic system has been out of compliance since October 9th. When we received documentation from the operator, they no longer have an operations and maintenance contract in place. And that remains the case.
So here's the suggestion.
Read that. Word.
Yeah.
I'll read it. I'll make a motion. Move to have the owner of the septic system serving the property located at 9 Pleasant Street served with an order to reinstate the required operation and maintenance contract for the system within 21 days of this hearing, and provide a signed copy of the contract to the Board of Health office upon execution. This order will document that failure to do so will result in a subsequent hearing before the Board of Health and may lead to enforcement, including determining that the system is failure and possible condemnation of the property.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So, item number 2 has been stricken from record.
Yep. So item number 2 was a similar situation at, in this case, 209 Captain Pierce Road. We received the required operations and maintenance contract today in the mail from the operator, so that one has been successfully closed out. Hence, no need to appear before you tonight.
Okay. Oh, that's great news. Awesome.
All right. Item number 3 is discuss road septic system non-compliance. Chapter 310 CMR 15.000, the State Environmental Code, Title 5, and 105 CMR 410.000, the Massachusetts State Sanitary Code, Chapter 2, 1 Tilden Ave. And that would be Mr. Power.
Yep. So,
Here's the motion for that.
So, as you might recall, the system's been in failure since August of 2015. The occupant, Mr. Power, as opposed to the owner, Mr. Power, was before you previously. You had given him up to this date to try to coordinate with his many siblings and other parties that are responsible for upgrading the system. And somebody representing that home was supposed to come before you tonight.
Which did not happen.
I'm not sure about the audience, but
Yeah.
I know Mr. Powers from here.
You folks have anything to do with 1 Tilden Ave?
No.
Okay. Well, we said what we said.
You good with the days? You good with those days?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll make a motion. The owner must submit a proposed septic system design plan to the Board of Health for review within 45 days of this hearing. Upon the conclusion of the Board of Health review and issuance of the associated septic system construction permit, the owner is required to have the proposed system installed within 45 days by an installer licensed in the town of Scituate. Thus, the owner has a total of 90 days from the date of today's hearing, excluding Board of Health review period, to bring the septic system serving the dwelling at 1 Tilden Ave into compliance with 310 CMR 15.0, the State Environmental Code Title 5. If the schedule is not met, the Board of Health may initiate enforcement actions.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, last thing on the schedule items, discuss homeowner request to discuss complaint 374 First Parish Road, Wayne Sawchuck. I'm assuming that's you, sir. Sawchuck, can you take a seat and just state your name and address for the record, please?
Sit here.
Either one's fine.
Whatever you're comfortable at.
Okay, thank you. I'm not comfortable at all with it,
That's all right.
for a different reason.
Yeah.
I'm Wayne Sawchuck I live at 4432 Beechwood Street in Cohasset, and I own the property at 372 and 374 First Parish Road in Scituate,
Correct.
which we purchased about 12 years ago. We have been working on bringing the property up to compliance. We voluntarily went and met with the Board of Health and sought out to find out what it is that we needed to do to move forward. And so we have since now designed an acceptable plan for the Board of Health that I believe has been approved now for the front house, and we're going to work on the back house afterwards.
Okay.
I had two issues that I wanted to bring up. Or not issues, but ideas, whatever you want to call it. One was that as the owner of the property and the person paying the permits and filing all the forms, we felt as though we should be informed of the progress of the permitting activity. In fact, we were told that only the engineer could be talked to, and we would have to get any information from the engineer. We sort of didn't think that was good because we couldn't figure out where it was in the queue. The second question that we had was, is there a way that when you present a plan and then there are changes to it, and the plan is resubmitted, that it doesn't go to the bottom of the pile, but it goes, further up near the top, because it should take a shorter review to review the changes than it is to do a whole new application. And so we were faced with having to wait until that permit application got to the top of the pile again before it was reviewed, so that it could go back and add more changes and more reviews and get back down to the bottom. So those were the only two things that I had.
Valid points. Maybe Jim, you want to speak to the system that you use?
Sure. So at no point did I indicate that only the engineer could be corresponded with. I indicated that typically, because the engineer is the one who understands Title V, it is typically the engineer that I communicate with. I indicated to your engineer that I'd be more than happy to include you on email correspondences if you would like, but that I would need to be provided with an email address. Very typically, engineers will include the homeowner on the email correspondence, and we do nothing to exclude the homeowner from those correspondences.
So it should be CC'd.
Yeah. Second, the Board of Health has 3 separate review piles. We do reviews for new plans that come in, and they get reviewed in the order in which they are received. Simultaneously, we have a revised category, so plans that go through through revisions are also reviewed in the order in which they're received, under a separate category. Similarly, we have a third category where we receive as-bills. Those as-bills get reviewed in the order in which they're received. So we are simultaneously trying to review 3 sets of categories, all of which in the order in which they're received. So if we have a new plan that was received on March 1st, and we have a revised plan that's reviewed, that comes in on March 14th, we're going to try to review the March 1st one first, and keep all of the balls in the air among all of the other responsibilities that we have in our office. Septic is just one of about 16 or 17 topics that we're responsible for. So we try to divvy them out into multiple categories within septic, and then also balance all of our other required workload. So everything needs to be reviewed and everything needs to be addressed within regulatory compliance for every single topic that we are required to address in a community.
So, Mr. Sawchuck, just by reading this and by talking to Jen, and I just want to reiterate in the way that she and Joan had consolidated this. It seems to me, and I certainly don't want to throw anybody on the bus here, but if your engineer had followed through and changed some of the comments to do what he was supposed to do, by what she's telling me here, it may not have taken as long.
And by the way, I went through the same, I don't know what you're reading, but I went through the same.
She could just kind of consolidate everything, why everything took, 20 days this time, 15 days this time, et cetera, et cetera. So that's all.
Yeah. I was coming here, my first clock here, I went through page and page, I spent hours and hours. As a matter of fact, I was in the hospital all last week with surgery. I got out yesterday and I said, I want my wife and my kids to come who own the property with me and just apologize for me. And then I said, I can't tell them to apologize, I'm going to apologize. But I did want to have an answer for those couple of those little things. So regardless of what you have, I've gone through the same things and I came up with the same conclusion, that there's no blame, I can't put the engineer under the bus because that's not fair. I'm certainly not going to put Jen under the bus because that's not fair. I have to put myself under the bus a little bit for wanting to get something done quicker than it should have been scheduled to get done, meaning I should have left more time, and in fact, I should have monitored more what was going on, because I wasn't happy with everything that the engineer particularly did in the fashion that he did it, because I've been in, my background is construction and real estate. I've been in Cohasset all my life. I serve on the sewer board. I'm working with the town on some regionalization for the sewer. I'm very, very active, and I'm not dumb. I sort of know how this.
You understand the system a little
how
more.
this works, you know what I mean? And so it was one of, the better that you can present something, the easier it is for someone to review it. The easier it is for someone to review it, the quicker it's going to get approved and that type of thing. And there are two, you have a story there. I had some of my story here.
There's always...
It doesn't do any good at this point for me to, and that's why I came in to really apologize to, first of all, to the board, to Jennifer's assistant. I absolutely exploded in the office. I think everybody at the new police and fire station probably heard me. And that is the most inconsiderate thing that any person should do to either other, to anybody else. So that was, that's my apology. So when you do things like that, it is just, first of all, it's not right to anybody, so I know that. And it is something that you do in frustration or for medical reason or whatever, and so your mind isn't at it. And in fact, until I cleanse myself, and hopefully you'll accept my apology, I know how to do things right, and I only want to do it right. And so I have to get on that course. And I should have made some changes in the beginning that sort of made that go a little smoother. So I hope you accept people apology.
Yeah, no, glad you came in and no, that was, where I consider it, and it's good to air it out anyways, no matter what.
Well, that's what I want to do. So
what the board's here for, and no, that's.
I appreciate it.
And I'm happy to have you be included on the correspondence as you move forward with 372. It's just you were, your engineer, you can just provide me with your email, and we can keep you in the chain.
Good. I'll even give it to you myself.
Okay.
That'll save me $100.
Yeah.
Actually, if you want to give it to me in my notes, we can include you as once I get the next submittal, because as you know, I haven't gotten a second submittal on that property yet. Uh-oh, did I let something out of the bag?
No, that's fine. No, I do.
It's funny you say that, like engineers and taxi cab drivers, they need a running.
That's right.
It depends on how busy they are. It depends on how busy they are.
Don't trip on your pen.
It's always...
I just want to make sure I have COLL. Okay, got it. I got it.
I threw my business card that day asking for a meeting with you. You should put the clip on it.
All right, well, I have your email address here.
I think it caught on fire while I was there.
That's all right.
Well, thank you, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
We're all set?
Yeah.
Good. Make a motion to adjourn?
Second, all in favor? Aye.
All right, thank you.